I then Googled the name that was coming up and found out this guy had committed a crime in the States and was convicted and sentenced to jail for it. His picture and full name is on the internet, and some local blogs in his country even carried it. So he's here. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm Vanessa, and welcome to Tales with Vanessa, where we read out real life stories and experiences of people that have written in on various social media platforms. Remember, the link to these stories would always be in the description box. And without further ado, let's jump right into the read. I'm Nigerian and I live abroad. I met a very lovely young man from Zambia. This guy is everything I wanted and more. He's thoughtful and kind, very kind, which is something I was really looking for in a partner, a kind man. Good. I work long hours and sometimes after work I get home to food from my favorite restaurant that he's ordered. He will be like, babe, you've been working all day. I just want you to eat and rest. He's never put eye in my money. He takes care of the bills and has never brought up this 50-50 talk that a lot of black guys bring up in their bird. The day I brought it up, he said, I'm the man in this relationship. I'm never going to ask you to pay any bill. If you want to pay bills, that's your own. I jokingly said, then I'll pay water bill, Amazon, and our Netflix. I have met his friend and spoken to some family members over the phone, but something was just off and I couldn't place my hands on it. I kept praying about it and fasting too. One thing I noticed was that he's always talking big talk. He would tell me about how he got contracts of $100,000, $500,000, etc. But what I was seeing, like his clothes, his watch, etc., didn't seem like a man who was making that kind of money. Yes, he was dressing well, like Zara, etc. But I would expect someone with that kind of money would be wearing better. I just thought maybe he isn't into clothes and shoes because he's from a different country. It was difficult to find out information about him. I asked around, Googled, did my own FBI, but didn't find anything on him. One morning, I woke up with the deep desire to break up with him and ask God why. He hasn't done anything wrong. He's the most thoughtful, kind, and gentle man. I spoke with my friend about it and she asked me to let it play out. You guys, if you're following the story, she met this guy where she stays abroad, so somewhere around US, UK, or the likes. She's a Nigerian and the guy is from Zambia. And she's just been having this irk feeling about their relationship, even though he looks like the perfect gentleman. Well, there's something about trusting your instincts, but I don't know. Let's just read on. Because of the amount of money he deals with, I had asked him if he does drugs or is a part of anything illegal, and he said no. Okay, good move. At least you're trying to save your head. I asked him this on 3 different occasions, and he assured me he has businesses back home which were very lucrative. Okay. One day we were talking and he told me he was the owner of one business in his country. And then I started Googling the CEO of that business. His picture kept on popping up as the CEO, but the name was different name from what he's known here. Is it change of identity or something? Okay. I then Googled the name that was coming up and found out this guy had committed a crime in the States and was convicted and sentenced to jail for it. His picture and full name is on the internet, and some local blogs in his country even carried it. So he is here with a different name. I've checked his bank cards and he has sent me money to my account, which has his new names. Wow. I found this out yesterday evening. I'm still in shock because I'm happy God revealed this to me. I know I do not have the grace to carry this side of his past, and I do believe in the power of redemption, but this is quite heavy, to be honest. My dilemma is, how do I go on from here? He hasn't shown himself to be a violent man, but what if we have this talk and he doesn't want anyone to know about this, about his past, and he doesn't trust me enough to keep this information and hurt me? That's a deep thinking right there. Should I just tell him I'm no longer interested in this relationship? Should I ghost him? This is someone that was going to meet my parents and family in the coming months. Did he ever plan to tell me about this? If he did, at what point did he plan to tell me? He has a regular 9 to 5 in finance, which I know he does because he works from home sometimes and I spend the day with him. I'm just confused. Is he mixing legal job with something illegal on the side? Please, how do I handle this? For now, I've been able to act normal, but don't know how long I can. You guys, how is this story looking like to you? Yeah. So he's actually working, but do you think that's his past? Or do you think he's still doing something shady? Because he's living on another identity entirely. This is heavy, to be honest. This is really, really heavy because which which wife would like to hear that her husband actually has another identity somewhere? And what are your thoughts, guys? Drop in the comment section as usual. I'm gonna pick few comments and read, and then we call it a wrap. But I really want to know your thoughts as usual. Someone said I wouldn't advise her to ask. Her concerns about her safety are very valid. True, because what if the guy is actually truly doing something shady and he's like, oh, this girl has turned to an FBI, she's trying to track me and all of that. And what if he now eventually unalive her because he doesn't trust her to not expose him or something? I don't know. What if he's not comfortable in saying the truth? And that's just what I'm thinking anyway. But let's keep reading these comments. If you found this out because your guts kept you so uncomfortable till you knew, then you go with your guts. Your safety trumps all things. Don't let him know you already know. That's if he doesn't find that out himself. They too can be very smart. And for someone who has gone through that much effort to keep his identity hidden, it means so much more to him that no one knows. Heck, he didn't even mention it to you, and he probably never will. It's not something he ever wants you to know. Or just maybe he plans to tell you when you are married, such that you can't leave. But we don't know that much. Follow your guts if it's warned you enough. I think so too, girl. Just follow your guts. Okay, someone said the Holy Spirit will always be our greatest advantage as believers. Yes, I believe in the power of redemption. That is why Saul could become Paul, but he never hid his past. He made bold to speak of new converts, making reference to the saving power of God, and turned him from Saul to Paul. That turned him from Paul to Saul. He told his story and how God saved him. I don't know why this example is what I'm using, but I have a feeling you know, dear poster. Marriage is a place you enter informed, not blindsided. Thank God you saw this. For now, my advice is take him to public place or even a date and ask him this question face to face. Whatever he says or does, kindly break this up for now. Then quietly move out of the house because you sound like you are both living together. You need to sit by yourself for a while and think, what was the crime that sent him to jail? Why is he still lying and hiding? Why does he have a new name? At what point was he going to tell you? Do you wholeheartedly trust that this is all? Sit with yourself, my sister. These answers will come to you. And when they don't come at as pleasant as you wished, accept them and move on. It's better to be single and happy than yoked in a marriage with a liar who was once a criminal. This is a long read, a really long read. Someone said, you are with someone that is using a fake identity to live in your current country. There is nothing good about this. If he is willing to use a fake name to hide his criminal past, you really need to be careful. Your safety is paramount. You didn't say what this crime was, but it sounds serious enough that even his family is uneasy when they speak to you. And him hiding that kind of serious thing is not a good sign. Anybody can be kind when they are love bombing you. He's love bombing you, but you don't know his real name. You're thinking of marrying him and you had to find his true identity on the internet. Madam, please run. You might be dealing with a psychopath. What are your thoughts, guys? You guys, that will be all. I would like to end this video here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.